Hey guys, it's DanDanTheFireman. I want to talk to you real quick about some motorcycle safety tips and some things, just some quick tips, beginner tips, you know, even novice tips, like stuff for me that I still do every single day. I think you guys should know this. I got my little phone here. I feel like doing it as a motovlog style, not just as a list where I'm talking and doing a voiceover. So let's make this kind of like a real-time thing. Got my phone here just in case I forget anything. All right, so number one, don't buy a bike that you can't handle. I made a video a little while back about how the Sportster is a good bike for beginners. I did it because a lot of people can handle a higher CC bike. When I say don't buy a bike that more than you can handle, what I really mean is the size of the bike. I got a Sportster. I'm really short, I'm really small. Back when I bought this, I think I was 140 pounds, and I was able to handle it. Now, there's no way I was gonna be able to handle like a big touring bike. I mean, the KLR 650, even when I had some experience, was a little tough because it was really tall. So don't buy a bike that you can't really handle physically. So if you're a female rider or a smaller rider, get a bike that you can actually physically handle, not it's too much power, too much speed. Now, on the other side of that, don't get like a crazy super sport bike if you're a brand new beginner just because you see somebody, you know, riding one of those. And I'm hitting a dead end, but beautiful mountains. Anyways, next one. You need to hone your skills. Now, this is actually a good spot to actually talk about this topic. Speed limit's 25, nice narrow straight, middle of the day, you know, great everything. You got good visibility. Hone your skills. Make sure you're actually learning how to ride. If you don't know how to ride when you first buy your bike, you're already kind of behind the 8 ball. I didn't know how to ride when I first got my bike, but I actually drove stick shift trucks, so I knew how the clutch and everything worked. It's just kind of reversed. So go ahead and practice on residential roads. Something easy. This is a little bit of, you know, sand and there's no shoulder, but you know, big residential roads where there's a cul-de-sac so you can turn around and practice your turning, practice, you know, getting used to the bike, you know, just moving the bike around. Another thing you can do is take a motorcycle safety course. MSF, Motorcycle Safety Foundation, the MSF, they hold a lot of courses in a lot of cities. Even if you've been riding for a while like I have, I could still learn something from that. Plus you get a discount on your insurance, and if you've never ridden before and you don't have a motorcycle endorsement yet on your license, you're able to, for most states, be able to just go ahead and go in. You don't have to take the practical test. So I highly recommend doing that. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about wearing the right gear. And this is gonna go with number 3 and 4 right here. Start thinking that, you know what, your brain is pretty important. I did another video on this where how to pick out the right helmet. I got 5 really good inexpensive helmets, and I talked about what, you know, the ratings are, ECE, Snell, and DOT and all that stuff. Get a helmet. I'll put a link to that. I don't want to have to explain it so much here. These are supposed to be quick. So wear the right gear. Once again, I made another video about that. What gear you should wear. I got some summer jackets on there, talking about the 5 pieces of gear you should have. It's pretty obvious. You need a helmet, gloves, jacket, pants, and at least motorcycle shoes. I highly recommend boots because you're gonna get shin and ankle protection, but get gear. It is insane what I see on calls. People like lose their limbs, like their ankles snap off because they don't have the appropriate boots, or they get massive road rash. Guys, get the appropriate gear. Now be defensive. A person just pulled out of here, and you know, I was kind of paying attention to this, but they do that all the time, like super close to you. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about you as a rider. Even during the day, they don't even see you. At night especially. So guys, be defensive. Be very defensive. Always watch out for other drivers. Don't go into an intersection without looking both ways. In a car, you can probably get away with it if you get hit because you got airbags. On a bike, you're gonna lose limbs or die. It's as simple as that. So tip number 7 that I've got going on right now is that it's monsoon season and I see some storm clouds coming out from over there. I need to finish up riding. I'm gonna avoid some bad weather. Don't ride in the rain. Don't ride in the snow. Just don't do it. There's no real reason to unless you get kind of stuck out there. If you get stuck in the rain, find an overpass, kind of park under it, kind of relax for a little bit, see what's going on. Or park it at, like, I'm not gonna say Starbucks because a lot of people make fun of riders stopping at Starbucks, but stop at like a coffee shop, relax, get some Wi-Fi on your phone, charge your phone if you have your charger. Kind of wait out the brunt of the storm. Especially in the beginning when the roads are getting wet from the rain, the oils from the roads come up. So right at the beginning of the rains, that's when the oils happen. Kind of want to wait until the oils wash to the sides of the road and watch out for that. Speaking of roads, I want to talk about, you need to watch out for road hazards. You really need to watch out for them. And it's not just potholes and tar snakes. Like, you got this tar snake right here. You can't really see it because I got it on super view. But potholes, tar snakes, and debris. Debris is huge. You don't want to hit anything. Avoid everything. I mean, it's actually, make it a game. It's pretty fun to avoid as much as you possibly can. So the very last thing before you get on the bike, make sure you check your tire pressures. I bought like one of those Slime bike tire pressure gauges. They're super portable. You can even put it on a keychain. Check your tire pressure. Make sure it is appropriate, because if it's too low, it's gonna be harder to turn, harder to accelerate, harder to stop. Check your fuel level. Really don't want to be stuck in anywhere where you run out of fuel. That's just a shitty situation. Don't do that. So check your fuel level before you go on a major trip, or any trip really, so that way you're not running late to anything. Always top off. I always like to top off at the end of a ride. That way I park it and I know that I have enough fuel. Also check for any leaks. You know, if you're leaking a ton of oil all of a sudden, just don't go for a ride. Double check your fuel level, double check your oil levels, and then just replace as needed. If you have a Sportster, I did an oil change video. It's super easy. Definitely super easy. I actually got a whole bunch more. I'm going to do another video on that. Don't take it to Harley. Just do it yourself at home. That's basically what I want to talk about. Some 8 quick motorcycle safety tips that I think you guys should know. And if you guys like this, go ahead and write in the comments if you have anything else that you want to bring into this conversation, because that's what this is. It's not just me talking to you guys or talking at you guys. I want you guys to comment below and we can all have a discussion. It'd be awesome. It'd be amazing. Well guys, ride safe, be safe, and I'll definitely see you guys later. Oops, I stalled. That's what I get for not paying attention.